Welcome to Conversations with Coffee, where Kent and Liz offer stories, info, and tips about how to have a great Comic-Con. So grab a drink and listen in on our conversation.
Hi, my name is Kent, and you welcome back to Cons with Coffee. And I've got my
Hello.
host Liz here with us. Say hi, Liz.
Hello from British Liz.
British Liz, yes, yes.
British Liz.
The tea drinker, and I am your coffee drinker. Yes, yes. So, welcome to the
Tea.
show. We Conversations with Coffee is all about Comic Cons, behind the curtains, little gossip, and tips and tricks that will help you ease your way through the con because there's so many of you that are attending Comic Cons that we felt we wanted to have a conversation. And of course, we like our coffee or tea, and we're like, this would be a great experience for other people to learn some things that most people don't know. And so today, I mean, I just got back from a Comic Con. How about you, Liz?
I just got back from MegaCon in Orlando, Florida, which is a 4-day behemoth of a con.
Beer moth?
Big behemoth monster.
Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I don't have official numbers, but if it was under 200,000 attendees, I would be shocked. It was enormous.
Yeah, that is one of the bigger shows, just like New York, San Diego. It's a bohemian size Comic Con for 4 days.
Yeah.
People come
And
from all over that one.
Yeah, and it was kind of weird. There were a ton of English people there, and I couldn't quite gauge whether they were there because they were already there for the theme parks or if they came for the con. But there were a ton, and
Awesome.
I was sitting with the voice of Barney the dinosaur, who was
We were friends.
you don't obviously. Us in the know. I love you, you love me. We're a great big family. Anyway, we were super busy all weekend. There was 8 cast members from Lord of the Rings
Holy
there.
cow.
They had 4 Mummy cast members, including Brendan Fraser.
You said mommy or mummy?
Mum Mummy. Mummy.
Mummy, like, okay.
Yes,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
kind.
the mummy.
Not
Okay.
not Mummy, mother of 2. Yes, Mummy.
Well, you are British, so we have to make sure that we have our
Spelled the
pronunciation.
same, spelled the same. And where were you?
I was actually in Richmond, at, Richmond GalaxyCon. So
That's another huge show.
that was a 4-day show, Thursday through Sunday. Just tons of different actors and celebrities that were there. I mean, pretty much the whole cast of Flash was there from the TV
Really?
show. Yep, all of them. I mean, Daniel Panabaker, Grant was there. Holy cow! And then William. I forgot to tell you this earlier. One of those things that you never think that you'd want to put on your bucket list, but becomes part of your bucket list is I got to sing "Happy Birthday" to William Shatner for his 95th.
No
Because his
way.
birthday was on Sunday. We happened to be in the green room, and they had brought out a cake, and so everybody in the green room sang happy birthday to William Shatner, and then we got to, shake hands or give him a hug and stuff like that, and, wish him a happy 95th birthday. So,
That's
if you're at a
unbelievable.
Comic-Con, just know that William Shatner is older than dirt.
And he does so many cons.
He
I
does,
feel
he
like he's
does.
at every other show that I'm at. I never see him, but, you hear rumors that he's there.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then there was, 4 of the only living cast members left. Police Academy was there, Jay and Silent Bob was there, some of the clerks were there, tons of anime voice actors. It was just crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have to pull up the list of everybody, and you'd still take another 30 minutes just to talk about everybody.
And then I know there was a huge show in Vegas that was a huge anime show. We have a friend that went,
Yeah,
our friend
yeah,
Melissa went, and they were just I don't know how busy it was, but they had a lineup
yeah.
like the anime was crazy there. And it's like that. I mean, you look up cons for every weekend.
3
There's
to
a
4,
dozen,
5 a week.
sometimes a dozen in around the country and not to mention around the world. And so, I'm one of those idiots that picks and chooses and decides, I'll try that one. Then go and hope I get to be a handler at that one.
There you go, that's awesome. Well, this is Cons with Coffee, and I am actually gonna have some coffee, but I do have to tell you, I went to Seattle last week, and so I got to go to the original Starbucks, and they have a special brew that you can only buy at that store, so I am drinking the Pike Place roasted brew, from Starbucks, the original store. I did get some swag because at the original store, they have the original logo, and they had cups and things like that. So, I walked out the door
You
with about
actually you
$80
had
worth of swag.
but you had time? I never have time to go see things when I'm at a
This one,
con.
I actually flew in super early because of the time change going west towards
Yeah.
the West Coast, so I had time. So when I landed, I got checked into the hotel, and then I was like, "Oh, I got like 3 hours before everybody shows up." So I went down to Pike's, the
Good for
marketplace,
you.
the fish marketplace, and, yeah. So I'm gonna enjoy my coffee. Liz, are you drinking tea or what are you drinking?
In my
Wonka.
Wonka giant teacup. See how big it is? It's huge. It's yummy.
That'll last you about 2 minutes. Well, awesome.
I'm already almost finished.
Oh my goodness. See, I told you you're gonna need to carry a pot of tea right next to your desk,
I should,
to
and
go
a
through
tea
everything.
cozy.
Yeah. Well, so this week was interesting. I know you had talked about meeting your heroes, and I was gonna let you just kinda share with the fans about meeting your heroes and your topic on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, as I think you probably know, Kent and I mostly will sit with a celebrity and show people the 8 by 10 pictures that are offered and sell autographs and possibly selfies at the table. It's kind of our job. But I often get people come up to the table. This is my first con. What do you do? So I usually give them my little con 101,
Corn, okay.
con 101, which is exactly that. You can choose a picture from the table, you get a signature. Does cost a
Yes.
certain amount of money, anywhere between, say, $50 and Mark Hamill is 500, right?
Yeah, I mean, the
Something like
price
that.
is depending on how popular the talent is, but just know going up to a table, autographs are not free. That is the talent's business, and that's how they make money when they are not on screen. Because if they're not acting or working at the studios, they're not getting paid. So this is their way of taking care of their families.
Yes. So, but those prices do vary a lot. I would say the average now might be
40 to
60.
60.
Oh, I was going to say 60 to 80. So just be prepared
Well, that's
when
because
you,
you hang out with all the big name celebrities.
right. Well, most of the people I hang out are 60 to 80. And then there's also a charge for a selfie, which is sometimes taken by you or the celebrity, but mostly I find is taken by crew members that are controlling the line as well. So you actually get a decent picture, not a
Yeah,
picture of your nostrils.
right. I mean, the line control or the handler working with the talent will take the picture, but there are several of those that when you get a selfie, the celebrity likes to take your camera and they'll do different poses. Like I can tell
Michael
you,
Rosenbaum.
Mike,
Michael Rosenbaum is so hilarious.
Michael Rosenbaum's one, Kevin Smith is another. He
Does
doesn't
he?
do he well, he doesn't do selfies at the table. I'm disregarding that. So
Okay.
I've just seen him outside of the Comic Con take pictures. But Nolan North from Uncharted, man, that guy,
Hmm.
Ross Marquaz, another one. There's several different
Edward
celebrity,
James Olmos is
Edward
another one.
James almost, they
Yeah.
love to take the camera and take the picture so that you get a unique and fun picture that you might not have taken yourself. So
And usually, it will be multiple pictures because there's bound to be blinking or
there
cross-eyed or
are a
something.
few that they will allow you to take one picture and
Really?
and then they have to proof it because they
Really?
wanna make sure it looks good, they look good. I'm not gonna mention the ladies who do that, but there are a few that you take one picture, you show it to them, you like it, yes, they like it, yes, you get to keep it. If they don't like it, then delete it and redo.
That is really interesting.
Yeah, that's happened a couple times this year.
Really?
Really.
Ooh, you have to tell me who later.
Behind the curtains, that
Now, I say I would say that's the usual model of it.
Mhm.
That's your basic. You have the pictures, you have the selfies. Often you'll get a combo price if you get both,
So
maybe
what's the
$20
combo?
off or something.
Is there any there's special pricing on a combo, meaning you get the
Yeah.
selfie and the
So your
autograph?
autograph 60, selfie is 60. Together it's going to be 100 instead of 120.
Okay. So
That kind of
save
thing.
20-30 bucks on doing a combo, which I've always found that most people, they come to the table, they're wanting to get an autograph, and then they're like, "Oh, I could take a picture with them?" And then they get the combo and they're like, "Oh my gosh." Or a lot of times you can read those people, they come up and get an autograph, and then you're like, "You wanna get the selfie too?" And they're like, and I'm like, I can't tell you how many times I've had people walk away and then 10 minutes later come back and be like, "Yeah, I want the selfie," because they're in the moment. It's something that they can post on social media to show that they were with the person. Sometimes they'll hold the
Especially
autograph up, which then is proof that that's a real autograph that you got and stuff. So
especially if they're in cosplay for that show.
a lot of your actors dress up in cosplay for the shows, like Greg,
Oh, yes, yes, the Avatar:
Avatar
Last
people.
Airbender
Yeah, they love to
guys,
dress up. I
they
mean,
dress up and it's like,
who?
you gotta see.
Jesse does
Yeah,
talk.
Jessie Flowers, Michaela Murphy,
Yep, she
she goes
dresses
by
up
birth.
on, yeah,
She dresses up as Toph from
yep,
Avatar,
yep.
and she looks smashing, and, so does Grey Delisle,
Yeah.
who
Well,
plays
when I worked
Azula.
with Adasa, she would dress up as Dolores from Encanto. So,
Mhm.
the whole outfit and the hair
So
done up and stuff like
you
that. So
gotta get a selfie with those guys.
that's right. I mean, they're in costume of their character. So that makes it fun.
But even if the attendees are in costume, then it's
Hmm.
like, "Oh, well, yeah, you've also got to get a selfie."
Yeah.
Like I say, that's the general model. Then you also have celebrities that sell merchandise, special pieces of art, Funko Pops, toys, books. So those may be for sale, autographed. And then you've got the whole other model, like San Diego, and I think New York is the same, where you can't really, they don't have a table. You're not going to go up to Chris Hemsworth at a table in general, right?
Hmm.
Isn't that how it works at the super huge cons? You don't really have that sort of access.
Well, the big shows like San Diego Comic-Con, they're mostly there for the studio, and so they've got a time limit. There's a table there, like CW has a booth. They've got an hour. They bring down one of the showcasts, and they're there. You get a lottery pick ticket to get an autograph. You don't get to stand and talk with them. You're like literally just shuffle through the line. You might get an autograph and see them at a glance, but yeah, that's
Yeah,
some of the
because
stuff that happened.
I have to say, I was a tiny bit disappointed when I went to San Diego because I thought, oh, I can line up and see somebody,
Mhm. Uh,
Robert Downey Jr. You're like, oh, great, I can see them, and it's like not
yeah,
gonna happen.
not at, San Diego.
But I think isn't New York a similar thing because it's promotional for movies and things?
Yeah, but they have the Hollywood area down below where you can
Uh-huh.
go down and stand in line to get autographs or selfies and things like that, so, yeah.
Right. So getting back to most cons, there are sometimes cons where there are extremely popular celebrity guests. And then you start getting into weird things where you have to pre-buy autographs online. There's special times you might be given a group number. And that's when you're talking lines that might be 4 to 6 hours long. So just be prepared, folks. If you want an autograph from somebody like Elijah Wood, you're going to be in line. You need to pre-buy a ticket. You probably have to buy the photograph that you put it on, whereas for most people, it's included with the autograph. Just check online.
Yeah, and again, some of the bigger names, and I'm gonna say this, and I know Liz is saying this as well. Here's an example. Hayden Christensen has 400 people in a line all day long. All right. So Hayden doesn't have the time to sit there and talk with everybody that comes through the line because you probably got there super early, like 2, 3 hours ahead before he got there. So you're at the front of the line, and then people are joining. They're waiting 2, 3 hours because the line's barely moving and stuff like that. So having a long conversation or getting a conversation with those heroes is pretty much obsolete because if you take a minute, then the person behind you takes a minute, takes a minute, take a minute. They could only get through 60 people in an hour and you've already got 400 people deep, so that's why a lot of these times it's just like they're going to sign, they're going to have post-it notes with your name on it. These are things that the handler is doing to prepare the autograph so that you can actually stand there and watch them sign it and then grab your autograph and go, or quick take the selfie and go. But yeah, people get upset because, oh, I didn't get any time with this celebrity, or guys, they're there to make money. They're there to, obviously they want to meet the fans. But again, depending on how popular they are, they can't sit there and talk with you for 2, 3 minutes. It's just not possible. Just like Johnny Youngbosch always has a line, always has a line. He will say
He's
hi.
he's one of the Power Rangers,
Black
and
Power Rangers does about a bazillion anime voice
yes, he's
acting
in One
stuff.
Piece, isn't he? He
He's in
does
One
the
Piece. He
English
does
One
a lot,
Piece.
yeah, but he does not have the time to sit there and talk. He will talk while he's autographing and he'll converse and stuff like that, but he's not going to have the time to have a one-on-one conversation. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah.
keep your expectations of meeting these people and talking with them at a lower level. If you get more than a minute or 2 or 3 minutes with them, wow, you're doing better than the average person attending a Comic Con. And that's just because, again, a lot of these Comic Cons, there's 80, 100,000 people attending and they want the same thing you do. So I'm
So
just trying to
so
keep it real.
yeah. Yeah, definitely, that is definitely true. I mean, people like Brendan Fraser, I saw last weekend, Liv Tyler, just you can't even get near them.
And even
And
on the photo ops, you
well,
want to
that's a
go?
whole other thing. Yeah,
That's a
let's talk
whole
about
follow
photo
act right
ops,
there. So,
which I think is funny because you got photos on the table, you got photos you can take on your phone, and then photos that you can get professionally.
well, yeah, I
So
mean, some people
so
want a nice clean
the
photo.
vocabulary is limited. So I usually say, do you want an 8 by 10? Do you want a selfie? Or do you want a professional photo op?
Mhm.
So when you take a selfie at the table, or table photos, they sometimes call them, that's generally you would pay for that at the table and it's done right there and then. If you wanted a professional picture taken, that's called a photo op. And that you would buy online in advance from there's a number of different companies that do them.
Epic and
Epic, Leap,
yeah, Leap, yeah.
the
Those
others don't come to mind
Yeah,
immediately,
but you
but
buy them
but it's
online ahead of
yeah,
time so that you're guaranteed to get that photo op. If
yeah,
you show up that day, they might not have any availability because they've sold so many and they only have a time restraint that the actor can be in that photo booth. So
yes,
showing
and
up the
so
day of sometimes and trying to get a photo op, and you can go there and ask, "Hey, are there any available?" And sometimes they are, but a lot of times, like the big names, the Brandon Frasers,
yeah, the
the
Lord of the
Kevin
Rings
Smith, the Lord
collection,
of the Ring collection.
yeah, they were
Yeah,
just
no.
sold out, sold out, sold out, sold out.
Yep.
But that is done with professional lighting, professional photographer. They print out the picture, which is really great because then you can go pay to get it autographed by the person in the picture. But it is in flash out.
I call it
There's
the 10-second moment that you get to stand next to your hero and smile, and then you have to be moved on because
yes,
there's 10 million people behind you, and you're not.
yeah,
Don't attempt to have a conversation in those photo booths because they will push you out.
yeah,
And
and
then you're gonna get upset because you're like, "Oh, I was trying to talk with them." No, they've got 500
all
people
those
behind you
people.
that wanna get a photo as well, and they're getting all their makeup ready and stuff like that too. So,
And I've heard people ask, "Can I get an autograph in there?" No, absolutely not. Not happening.
hey, we're
I
just trying
mentioned
to
it.
keep it real for the people
Yeah,
that are
absolutely.
subscribing and listening
Absolutely.
to Conversations with Coffee because, we do this and we've been doing it for decades. So we're attempting to keep everything real with you so that you have don't have those high expectations and then get upset because it didn't go your way.
Yeah. So, I was just gonna say another thing at the table, you pay for your autograph and some, I don't know, you you can get your picture personalized to you. You could get a quote. You can get the character name on
Mhm.
there, and it's often free,
Some
but
and some are
sometimes,
charged for a quote, they charge for personalization,
yeah. So
drawings,
I
doodles.
got I got hit with all three. I got character name, personalization, and quote. I got hit with 3 charges, which added $50 to the autograph.
Yeah, 'cause, a doodle or a drawing is usually
Mhm.
20, sometimes, character name, they'll usually put it in there, but some actors will charge you $10, $20 for that character name, and then if you want a quote, because they have different quotes of different anime or movies or things they've done,
And
sometimes they will
and
give it to you, and then sometimes you gotta pay that extra $20 for the quote, so always
and
ask.
frankly, their hands are probably dropping off by the end of the day because of so many signatures. It's just
Oh,
crazy.
especially the anime people when they're signing autographs, they have
Yes.
famous quotes, and then everybody's like, "Oh, can you do this quote?" And I know some of the anime people actually print out their quotes because,
Mhm.
you come up, and if you're not prepared, you're just taking a lot of time because you need to be prepared on what you want, of
And
that
I would
quote.
say, yeah, go ahead. Finish.
No, go ahead.
Oh, well, I was gonna say also maybe having some mental preparation as well, 'cause, mostly the conversation's natural. Mostly they'll say, you know, "What do you do? What do you like?" Or, "I love that you did this. I love that you were part of my childhood," this kind of thing. But sometimes you can be so keyed up and tongue-tied, you simply don't know what to say.
Yeah.
So,
I
I
always
always
tell
think, what
people write down a note.
write a note or just think about it in line. What am I gonna say that's not gonna be, well, super creepy or just start crying or whatever? It just
Well, I get the crying because it's an emotional thing,
true,
and
true.
you're
Yeah.
you're meeting this person that you idolize or see on TV or hear all the time, and you're getting to actually meet them. For us, it's just everyday Joe. But for the fans, it's their first time meeting a celebrity ever. Like, they don't live in Hollywood. They don't see this stuff. So I understand that emotions come up, and that is okay.
Yeah,
We just don't I
absolutely. Yeah.
always try to help them because I don't want them crying when they get up there and then their makeup's all, like, down their face and they wanna do a selfie and stuff like that. So, go ahead, get the cry out or do it after you leave the table, and it's okay. The celebrities understand that it's an emotional experience, and that is okay.
Yes,
'Cause I had a
absolutely.
girl I was with Kevin Smith this week, and only had 1, but she came in and she wants to be a director, she's writing her own comic book, and just idolized Kevin, and just was so excited to meet him and just wanted she wants to do what he does, and so she was sharing that, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Keep doing this." Like, he was giving her reinforcement, and the more he kept giving the reinforcements, the more emotional she got, and she was shaking and super excited, and he understood that because, you don't get these opportunities all the time, and so, for her, I mean, obviously, there was people behind her and things like that. We had to escort her, not escort her, just out. He was behind a curtain because he likes to engage with the fans, but eventually we had to have her leave so that the next person could come. And, while she was leaving, she was crying. And he's like, "Oh, that's such a good feeling. Like, I love that." So it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I hope that was understood.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But
No, I think
but if
that,
you're just kind of tongue-tied, I feel like if you can think of, say, a story, like, "I thought I could fly because of you, and I jumped off the shed and broke my leg." Just dumb stuff, something that might even make them
yeah,
laugh.
a personal experience. Well, and I always tell people, look, if you're coming up getting an autograph, have things prepared. Like, I, I saw this one gentleman, he had a 3x5 card, had
Mhm.
his name and the quote he wanted on that 3x5. And then I just set it on the print, and it made my job easier, but it made it easier for the talent because, like, boom, there's the name, there's the quote, da da da, and it was done.
Yeah. And I know people, well, we could go into this another time, but people who are later going to be selling items,
Mm-hmm.
which we can talk about. But they often will have, I want this in this color, that in that color, this quote, and and that's great
Again,
because
preparation is the
they're
best.
prepared. Yeah, but if who you want to make it out to, happy birthday, stuff like that, and we can always help you. People like us, handlers, can always help you with things you might want to say, might want to, because they'll tell you the story first.
Well,
Tell
hey,
him, tell him.
yeah, yeah. If you the listeners listening right now, if you've got questions, please put them in the comments below wherever you see us on Facebook or Instagram or whatever. Put your questions in there. We will read this and then we'll bring you back in another episode to answer your questions because again, you guys have questions. We do this all the time. We're here sharing our experiences and what's going on to make your experience a lot better. And I know you have to leave here soon, Liz. But one of the things coming up this week is Hail Mary with Ryan Gosling. And
Do
then
tell.
I know Ryan Gosling, they actually did a Super Bowl commercial of him throwing
Did
a
they?
football through the big donut. The big, the
The one
donut that
in
Iron Man
LA?
sits in. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They had him, on the one side of the bridge, and he threw it, and it, made it a Hail Mary pass for the Super Bowl kinda thing. It was kinda cute. So, that's coming out, and I know you said something about Acme?
Yes. So last weekend, I was with the voice actress Candy Milo, and she voices a bunch of Warner Brothers characters. And I didn't know this, but there is a new Warner Brothers / live action movie coming out in August called Coyote versus Acme. And I think Coyote is suing Acme for all the contraptions that don't work. And I don't know that much about it. I'm not even sure if there's a trailer yet,
Ooh,
but John Cena plays the lawyer, which
the lawyer.
sounds
Okay.
the lawyer. He sounds hilarious. So I'm excited about that. It's
Oh,
kind of early, but
yeah, we'll have to check I'll have to check it out and do some research and then come back on a future episode and talk about that and stuff,
yeah.
so any last words before we, get out of here and let our fans enjoy their day?
Well, I would say my tip of the day: don't buy anything huge or bulky first thing in the morning when you go to a con.
Oh, that's a whole different conversation right there. Holy cow, Liz. Drop
I
a
know,
big
but
thing like that on the at the end
just
of the show.
Just the number of mystery boxes I bought at like 10 in the morning and then have had to lug around all day. So, well, that's just a little tip.
Wow, truth bomb laid right there at the end of the show. There you go. I love that. Don't buy big bulky stuff. Or just have your boyfriend or girlfriend come along and let them carry it.
Yeah, or the stroller.
Actually, some of the Comic Cons now are putting lockers in the hallways, so that way, if you have items,
Yeah,
you can put them in the locker, you can lock it, they charge you for the lock or whatever, but and then I've seen a couple of the Comic Cons have, like, a concierge service where if you've got packages like Disney, you buy it,
yeah,
and then they leave it at the front, and then when you're done, at the end of the day, you grab all your packages that you bought because it's in a storage room.
that's great.
Yeah, yeah, see?
Okay, so
More
scratch
ideas.
that. Okay,
Awesome.
well,
Well,
I will see you next time
yes, and to the
and see
fans,
all of you guys next time.
yeah, to all our, new subscribers and the people that have been listening, thank you. We're super excited to share more content, more stories. Please like and subscribe so you'll know when our next episode is, and I'm Kent, and this is Liz, and we're Conversations with Coffee. Till
Or
next
tea.
time. Or
Or
tea.
tea.
Alright, have a great day.
You've been listening to Conversations with Coffee. Follow us on the socials at Cons with Coffee and tune in next time for more conversations.